it's the Midnight Raven, and today we're doing day 3 of this April vlogging stuff, which I honestly really don't care about, but we're gonna vlog anyway, every day. Here I am. You're all special. You get to see me, even at my lowest. So today, I feel awful. I feel low. I feel like crap. I feel like the world's against me. I feel just low. And you know why I'm filming this? Because it's good to look at the bad days, aside from the good ones. I'm not going to say my life is totally crap and everything's terrible and blah blah blah, because that would be untrue. But today just seems hard. Don't know why. Woke up in a fairly good mood, fairly okay. I don't know. As the day's gone on, I felt just low, just in my own head. The weather is awful. It's been raining, it's cloudy, it's just meh. I haven't gone out, haven't left the house today. Not really feeling like leaving the house at all. But the reason I film these vlogs, and as you well know, the reason I talk about my mental health is so that we can look at the good days as a win and look at the bad days as not a loss, but as a stepping stone. There are many people within my community that do care about me, do worry about me. They want to know how I am, what I've been up to, and they do message me behind the scenes, and they want to not keep tabs on me, but just ask how I am, what I've been up to, how was your day, how are you feeling, and yeah, they don't always get, yeah, I feel wonderful, yeah, I feel great, yeah, I feel amazing, yes, today was amazing. They don't get that. They get both sides of me. They get the happy jolly raven that appears on live streams and YouTube videos and, hey, today's, we're doing this. They also get to see the other side that you can't necessarily put on YouTube, because YouTube doesn't like stuff that's negative or, depressing or that kind of meh content, because, mental health is such a taboo subject. I would say a majority of people suffer from mental health. If not before the pandemic and lockdown, then at least after it. Being confined to your house for 2.5 years, not seeing people, not hanging out, not socializing, not being a part of anything, unless you want to call being part of the COVID pandemic a thing. People became more reclusive. People then didn't want to go back out and talk to people and hang out and socialize. Some people were then quite happy to live in their own little bubble. And the pandemic was quite hard for me, because I became single during the pandemic. I moved during the pandemic. It was a lot. Plus the pandemic itself with lockdown. It was a lot all at once, moving house and then being in a flat with just me and my son for like nearly 2 years during the pandemic. It became a lot. You couldn't go out, you couldn't go to work, you couldn't see people. Going to the shop was like running a fucking marathon. Could you get there before anybody else to get toilet paper? Like, you didn't really need toilet paper. COVID doesn't even cause that, but some people do that. But the pandemic did cause a lot of mental problems, and a lot of mental health situations have come from that. Mine wasn't caused by the pandemic, although becoming single during the pandemic, having to move during the pandemic, and then being in a community that I didn't know anybody, because obviously I just moved into it. Everybody was welcoming and friendly, although you kept your distance and you didn't really see people. I mean, you saw people when you went to the shops or when you went to, go for a walk, but you were allowed out for like, was it half hour, an hour a day, 40 minutes? You didn't really get to socialize unless you count going to a till. And even then, the mask, it creates a barrier. And because I hadn't lived in town very long, didn't really know anybody, and you couldn't really socialize with anyone because you were meant to keep your distance. Obviously, when I went to work, I met more people, met more friends. Obviously, I work at the works. My best friend Holly is still working there. I obviously am still off at the minute. And obviously my store is closing, but we are still friends. We still hang out. Um, Aside from that, I don't have many like exterior friends. I do keep my friend circle very small. I'm not a reclusive or an introvert. I just like my own space. I like my own company. I like being around people I know that know me. It's my little bubble. And a lot of people do live in little virtual bubbles. They have a select few friends. They go to select places. They do select things with select people. And that can become part of their everyday life. It can become their whole life. I've been told to try and get out of that bubble, spread the little wings a bit more, see more people, go out more, leave the house more, do more things, try and talk to more people. Now, that's all well and good saying that, but doing that is an entirely different thing. I have tried to socialize more. We went to the con club recently for a race night evening, and I spoke to a couple of people there. We went to the White Hart to play some pool and that, and we spoke to some people there. Obviously, we're now I've joined the gym and we're talking to people there. So I'm socializing, but I'm not forcing that socialization. This thing of just go out and talk to people, and I don't want to just talk to random people. When you talk to somebody, you talk to them for a reason, I guess. You gain information, have a conversation, learn something, share stories, I guess, that kind of thing. And although I'm not one of these ones to like start conversations, if someone asks me something, I might give a polite response, maybe very short, probably not long winded. Does it turn into a conversation? It might do. It depends what the subject is, what they've asked, who they are, how long I have, that kind of thing. So it's not necessarily avoiding conversations, talking to people, hanging out. It's more the mood. I have a really low mood. I'm just one of these people that doesn't have motivation to socialize, to go out. I used to, but I don't know whether it's due to, like I said, lockdown, the way of the world, price hikes at the minute. It costs a bomb just to leave your house, or whether during lockdown we became too comfortable in our own space. That's also a thing. Some people became so comfortable being at home because they can order things online, you can get your shopping online, you can do this, this, and this at home. They didn't need to go out anymore. You didn't need to socialize. You could just stay in your little bubble, order from Amazon, get your takeaway from Just Eat, get your stuff delivered from Amazon. You don't necessarily have to leave the house for anything. You may have appointments that you have to leave for. But nowadays, you can get doctor's appointments over the phone by webcam. You don't even have to leave for an appointment most of the time. Most people nowadays will do an appointment by phone, by Google Team Meets or something. You don't have to leave the house necessarily for anything. Maybe we've come, maybe we've become too comfortable in our own bubble, and apparently, I need to break that bubble, pierce a hole in it, get a breath of fresh air, leave the house, talk to people, socialize. I just don't feel like it. And that's perfectly fine to not feel like jumping straight away. Like I said, I've started going to the gym, we've started going out more. Um, little by little, tiny little steps, tiny little things. Will it materialize into me like having a social life and having friends and a bigger circle? Probably not. I'm not really one for like big social groups, big social gatherings, that kind of thing. I do go out with my sister sometime and we do go clubbing, but that's with my family. I don't necessarily go clubbing on my own because, that's kind of dangerous. But even then, when you're going clubbing, you're not really socializing. You're dancing, you're usually with your friends. You might get the occasional person say, "Hey, I like your dress," or some cute guy trying to hit up on you. But honestly, it's not really a social event. Going down the pub, you might get a guy at the bar say, "Hi, how you doing? Who you with?" It doesn't necessarily mean a relationship, a conversation comes out of it. Sometimes it's just people being nice, or they're just bored. The same as me. I sometimes will start a conversation with someone if I'm bored. Just randomly, they kind of look in your direction and like, yeah, you having a good time? But yeah, feeling a bit crap today. Things just, I just feel low, and I don't know. I went to the gym last night, knocked out an amazing session of rowing last night. I've been posting my rowing stats on my Facebook. I did fairly well, I think. But yeah, I'm looking forward to maybe branching out a little bit, but I'm in no rush to create a big circle of friends and be out constantly because that costs money. And I sometimes don't have the patience to be in a big crowd or the noise or the surroundings. But yeah, I just wanted to let you know how it was. It's day 3 of April. We're vlogging every day because we can. And I thought today we would be a bit more realistic with life. And you're gonna have good days, you're gonna have bad days, you're gonna have good days where I want to go out and do stuff, you're gonna have bad days where you don't want to leave the house. Is that perfectly fine? Yes. People will tell you should get out more, you should see people more, you should do more things. But when you're low, you're depressed, you just sometimes feel close, and you sometimes want to stay in your little bubble. Right or wrong, there is no right or wrong. Personal preference for a person to go out, to talk to people, to socialize, it's all personal preference. Some people have a massive group of friends. Other people have a couple of select friends they talk to on occasion, maybe message each other every week. Some people have friends that maybe message them every 6 months and just say happy birthday and happy Christmas, but they're still in the background and they still care. It's just that everybody has busy lives, and I get that. So, the whole thing of getting out there, socializing, being a part of the world, life is short narrative is true. But for today, I'm going to stay in my bubble because today's a bubble day. If you want to like and subscribe and give us a big thumbs up, tell me down below how you cope socially. Are you a big social party animal? Are you reclusive? How do you cope on those days when you just don't feel like doing anything or seeing anybody? Let me know. If you want to thumbs up the stream or the video, if you want to support the channel, a PayPal, Super Chat, Super Thanks, become a member. I have been putting videos to members only. Mama's going to make that dough, and I will see you very soon for another video. Take care and thanks for watching, and have a lovely day whether you go in or stay outside. Bye, guys.